Hi everyone and welcome to day 1 of my video advent calendar. You can't imagine how excited I am about this, so I hope you join me during the next 24 days. Watch my videos, perhaps you leave a comment, I appreciate comments very much, and we have some fun together. So today I want to do a 1-layer card with some distress inks and some masking. And I started out with the cute winter bunny from Lawn Fawn. I white embossed that because I think that using watercolors with white embossed areas looks so cool. So this is what we're going to do. I heat set that with my heat gun, and as I always do from both sides because of the paper's warping a bit. And I picked up a sentiment from a German company. There's a German scrapbooking shop called Kartenchaos, and she does some German sentiments, very gorgeous. And this time I took out the klartext sentiment that says und jetzt die Geschenke, which means and now the gifts. So the little winter bunny will say and now the gifts. I thought this would be fun. I also embossed that with the white embossing powder and heat set that as well. And I wanted to create some contrast on this card, so I stamped the images with black ink on thin paper to create masks. So I stamped that and cut it out. And you want to make sure that your paper is thin because masking is way easier if you have thin paper for your masks. So I stamped that and cut that out. Very quick, you can see right now. Yeah, you're ready. Okay, you can see I disturbed the bunny mask, but this is no problem because we'll adhere it down anyway, so no one will see that, and we'll remove it afterwards. I took some non-permanent adhesive and adhered the masks to the areas that we will be watercoloring later. So you don't have to have a mask for the whole image, just for the areas that will be colored later. And I had a problem here. There was some adhesive on my cutting mat, and whenever this happens I take my eraser and just rub it off. This is no problem. It's the easiest way to get rid of any adhesive. Okay, so I adhered that down, and I wanted to create some more contrast, so I went for a white stripe on the bottom and on the top of the card. And whenever I want a white stripe on my cards by masking, I use washi tape because I think it's the easiest way. You don't have to measure anything or to line anything up. It's just sticking the washi tape down and you're done. And because the bunny, it's a winter bunny, right? So it had to be a very snowy area around the bunny. I took 3 distress inks, tumbled glass, peacock feathers and broken china. I think the most beautiful colors that distress inks can have. And I cut out some snowbanks, so just some waves, freehand, like randomly doing some waves. And I don't have a blending tool, I just have these small daubers, but they're okay for me. I wanted to get a blending tool in the shop I told you, the Kartenchaos, but they don't have it in stock at the moment. I just had a look, so I have to work with my daubers for the moment. And I just layered some nice snowy snowbanks around the bunny, and I think peacock feathers, well, I like everything turquoise, but it might be slightly too dark. I don't care, it's no problem, but I think I should not have taken the dark blue or dark turquoise. So I just randomly mixed up the shapes and the colors to get those snowbanks. I think they look awesome. And I love the moment when you peel off the masks. This will be beautiful. Well, I wanted to have some contrast around the white areas on the bottom and the top of the card, so I made sure that there was color around those washi tapes. Okay, you can see that. And I had the problem sometimes when I peeled off my washi tape of the paper, it was too sticky and the paper was distressed. So I found out it's way easier to get rid of the washi tape if you use a heat gun, and if the glue on the tape is warm, it's no problem to peel it off. So I did the same with the masks, but very carefully because you don't want the embossing powder to melt again. It's just to give the glue or the adhesive a little more temperature. Okay, you can see that worked out fine, but there's not much contrast at the moment. So I went for some distress inks to color in the image. I love to put some ink on my acrylic block and take a wet brush and use those inks for watercoloring. And my trick is to just go on with some very wet color for a very light shade of this color, let it dry and go in with the same color to etch some shadows. This is what I'm doing here, just a very light red and a very light brown. And I think I took the peacock feathers for the speech bubble to make the sentiment pop. And the embossed lines make it easy not to cross the lines, you know, just to make the wet ink stay where it should be. And yes, now I'm adding some shadows. And this is so much fun. I love the look of the colored areas with these white lines. When I added some of the barn door red, I found out that it was not dark enough for the shadows, not for me. So I took some aged mahogany, I don't know what it's called, and added some very dark shadows, because this is a slightly darker red. And that worked fine for me. Well, you can see the bunny is very, very light. And just like the white snowbanks, blue always makes things whiter. Sounds funny. So I went in with some blue shadows for the bunny. But I thought it was not much contrast around the bunny, so I was sure I want to adhere the masks again and add some blue shadow to the bunny, so it pops. You can see it much better if there will be more color. So I adhered the mask again and went in with, I think it was it was broken china. So very carefully, you don't want to have hard colored edges. And now you can see the bunny way better. Okay, to finish off the card, I took a dark red fine liner and added some dash lines. Be sure to leave some comments now and the next days to be in the drawing for the giveaway. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye!